So in today's day and age, right, it's all about gathering skill set, whether that's, I mean, it could be anything, like a skill could be absolutely anything, talking, running, presenting. There's so many different skills, right? And I think it can be quite difficult to figure out what specific skills should you learn, right? It makes sense. That's sort of the biggest question, in my opinion, of today's day and age. But this is where I think everyone's got it wrong, right? Because they're actually skipping a step. The number one skill that you should be trying to learn before you learn anything else, okay, is belief. Belief is number one, right? Belief should be at the top of your list when it comes to what is important in your life, because without belief, you can't progress in anything. Because let me put it this way, right? Even if you took action tomorrow on, let's say, a business, right? If you don't have the right belief systems, you're probably going to stop, right? Because, for example, let's say you want to record some videos, you want to record some content. Very, very quickly, you're going to find out that you're not going to be getting thousands of views on your first few videos, right? And as soon as you get hit with any adversity, if you don't have those strong belief systems in yourself already, you're going to very quickly crumble. And it makes sense, right? It's not to say you're a bad person. It's not to say that you're not adapt to adversity. It just makes sense, right? You're not going to have been built for it. So cycling back, right? Belief is what carries you in every single thing that you ever do. Your paradigm, which is basically your collection of thoughts and your collection of ideas of who you believe you are, is the most important thing when it comes to absolutely anything. It's what distinguishes the winners from the losers, right? The people who give up. It's all belief based. And so when you go to acquire this belief, right, or this belief, you need to make sure that, number one, you're building the right foundation, right? So what sort of belief is that, right? Is it belief about yourself? Is it a belief about your capabilities? Because a lot of people have belief problems in very different or very niche areas, right? A lot of people may be like a middle child or a younger child, and all these different strange things that can really just shape the way we feel about ourselves, right? The other thing, this is what I was trying to say, the other thing about belief is that it's actually very hard to take action. And you may realize that it's not that you're lazy, that you haven't taken action, it's because you don't have the belief in yourself to actually do anything, which makes complete sense. Because, for example, if, let's say I was trying to play football, if I didn't believe that I could kick the ball to another player, I'm not going to play the game, right? Makes sense. So, a very weird scenario, but you get what I'm trying to say. Alright, this is the easy one. If I didn't think I could drive, or even have the capability to learn how to drive, I'm not going to try, right? So, if you don't believe that you can do it, if you don't have the belief that you can become something, that the world is your oyster, that you're limitless, that something out there for you could change and change your life, then you're not going to take the action. So I'd say it's really important to take a good look at yourself and have a look. Do you lack the belief systems to actually do something? Is that why you haven't taken action yet? Because even though I do make a lot of videos and I say, look, well, if you don't take action, blah, 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 etc., 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 it's not good. You should try and do something. But it's really important to figure out why you cannot take the action. If you're just lazy for no reason whatsoever, then yeah, you got an issue. But I don't really like this. I think that's very surface level. Like, you might be lazy because you lack belief. You might be lazy because your dopamine receptors are fried and you can't do anything that it requires a bit of a struggle. Yeah, your screen time might be through the roof. You may even struggle to read 10 pages of a book. And look, we will get there, right? At the moment, I feel like I'm a little bit out of it and I'm struggling to read, for example, right? Because I'm more or less on the screen a lot of the time. So it's about just taking a step back, looking at yourself and saying, you know what? Yes, I am quite bad at this. Nothing wrong with that. But why am I bad? And most likely it's going to be down to the beliefs, the absolute beliefs that you have about yourself and your life.